Carry on my wayward son. What's up, everybody? All right, I am getting ready to go live, and we're gonna be talking about Mr. Voorhees tonight on his very special day. Man, do I have a live for you guys tonight. So sit back. I hope you enjoy. I hope you are into Jason as much as I am, because I'm gonna be spending about the next hour talking about Jason and what he means to me, what he means to popular culture, and we're going to be talking about some figures also while we're doing it. So happy Friday the 13th. Wow. So just wanted to share with you guys my specific and my particular um, Jason collection. I think it's really cool. I like it a lot because it's my collection, obviously, and there's a lot of cool stuff here that I just wanted to kind of go over and make sure that you guys had a chance to see in my specific collection here. So I've got a little bit of everything on the table here. I've got some customs. I've got some 1/4 scale figures. I've got some 1/6 scale stuff. I've got some technically 1/10 scale stuff or some 7-inch stuff here that I want to go over and talk about. And all of these figures are special to me in one way or another, but they're all very cool also in their own right. So talking about Jason, actually, I'm watching some Jason right now while I'm doing this stream. We're watching Jason X. But what's cool about Jason to me is that he is the slasher that I really grew up with. And let me preface that by saying I definitely love Michael Myers too. He's a close second to me, very close second. I do like Mike Myers a lot. But I like Jason a lot too. They go about their business a little bit differently. And in the later Jason movies, Jason really became a supernatural being, really much more so than Michael Myers did. Whereas Michael Myers is just a straight killing machine. Jason went from man to zombie to teleporting to doing all kind of things, and Michael Myers never really did that kind of sort of. He kind of stayed a man the whole way. He was just like a super powered strong man. Whereas, Jason was just kind of like a force that was just its own different thing. And there were so many different iterations of Jason, and I appreciated different versions of Jason the older that I got. It was just very different for me, and things I didn't like earlier in my life, I liked, later on. Um, Part five is my favorite Jason movie, and a lot of people look at me and say, "What in the hell? How is that even possible?" But Part five and Roy Jason is my favorite, The Imposter, because that is one of the first Jason movies that I saw in the theater. I really like it a lot. It makes me smile every time I see it. It was on today. I like Reggie the Reckless. Everything about it is good. Dinkin, the brother, the guy on the motorcycle, the hillbilly folks, some great kills. And even though a lot of people don't like that coming off of part four, Jason, I do think that it is a great movie. And I think there's a lot of great things about it. Are you watching the live? Oh. Go make sure it's on the channel correctly. But I just thought it was. I thought it's a great movie, and every time I watch it, I enjoy it. I like the Tommy Jarvis character in that movie. I just think it's really, really an awesome film. Now, let's go through some Jason stuff and talk about a few things. We're gonna talk about a few things that's on this desk because I've kind of got a collage of things going on here. I've got some Sideshow, I've got some NeCA, I've got some artifacts, I've got some customs. But shout out to NeCA because NeCA really does a lot of things. Thank you, babe. NeCA really does a lot of things right when it comes to Jason. And just last night into this morning, they announced, I believe, kind of sort of, that they're going to be doing the Ultimate Roy Jason. And up until now, this is the only Roy figure we gotten from them, which is the Meebo style with the clothing on. And that's, it's okay, but it's not my favorite. I would rather have a figure that's all plastic. So I'm excited to have that Jason, and hopefully I can get it before the end of the year. That would be amazing to me. I will link in this description a video. I do have a Roy Jason tattoo on my shin because he's, like I said, he's my Jason. I like him a lot. He was the first I saw. But as I got older, I went and I started to look at some of the older Jason movies, and I always liked part one. I like Kevin Bacon in it, and I thought it was a good movie, and I thought it was overall pretty cool. I didn't like part two of Jason up until recently, and I don't know, but to me, this looks too much like a KKK hood, and being a black guy from the South, I just wouldn't with this look of Jason. And obviously they weren't either because they changed it in part three to this iconic scene, which you can kind of not see because that light is in the way. Hopefully I don't knock anything over. But you get that scene where he's on the dock, he picks up the hockey mask for the first time, and the Jason that most everybody knows is born. Part one was significant because it was one of the first movies I actually really dug what had a female killer, and you were really genuinely shocked until the end that it was this insane woman who was super powerful and strong, and she was just a normal sized woman. The way she was throwing people through the window and stabbing people through the neck and doing some otherworldly things. So shout out to Pamela Voorhees, because you already knew Jason was going to be something if they made another movie, just because of how she was wrecking things. And I think NeCA needs to give us an ultimate Pamela Voorhees figure, because this is the one we have. It came in the box set, and there's other versions of her, but this is probably one of the most popular. And she's got her hunting knife that she used in the movie a lot. She's got that blue sweater on, and she's got that little haircut. Um, I forget what the actress's name who played her was. I thought it was Betsy something or another, but man, she did a great job. She was nuts, and this figure is a great figure to just kind of show how nuts she looked and that she was. Hunting knife. She's got those big old hands, and I had just not noticed she's got a ring on. It's kind of cool. And this goes with a diorama set, so spoiler alert, she gets her head chopped off. But if you buy that diorama set, and this is old stuff, you get a chance to see her head. And on this little shrine that Jason has, it's kind of cool because there's a body right there that he's killed and thrown off to the side. Just sick. Super awesome. And you see the head with the sweater, because he saw this as a kid. If you've watched the movies, he saw the young lady chop his mom's head off, and he was standing back there hiding, watching the whole thing. That was the end beginning of part two. So really cool piece here. And then we get really hick redneck Jason, which again, like I told you guys, I stay away from this sack because that's just not for me. It's growing on me, believe it or not, as I'm getting older and becoming more of a Jason connoisseur. But I just, I never really dug the overalls and the blue flannel. This just wasn't my favorite look for Jason. I do like the long hair. He really looks like the hills have eyes here. He's got the pitchfork, and I really do like that Jason look a lot of young redneck Jason. But again, and look, he's got the little drawn in neck hair. It's kind of cool. I'd rather display him like this than with the sack. That being said, I am looking for a 1/6 scale Jason of this Jason now, because I'm trying to complete all my 1/6 versions. So definitely, if you have one of these, let me know. I would love to do some things with it. I'm gonna start moving some of this stuff off the desk so that I can kind of make some room to talk about some other things here. Uh, Talking about this box set, this thing's going for like 200 bucks online right now. It's kind of crazy, but it is a great box set, and I think that they knocked it out of the park, they being NeCA. Talking about Roy, because he's up front and center. I do want to spend some time with him. I do like this figure. It just wasn't done very well in terms of the sculpt. It's kind of weird. That does look like the actor though. Let's see if I can show you a little bit better. But that looks about right when you see at the end once he gets the mask knocked off. But the dead telltale giveaway for the imposter Jason are the blue chevrons, and the regular Jason does not have the blue. He of course has the red chevrons. So that's the telltale giveaway. And Jason was alive, for those of you that don't know, technically in part one, two, 3, and 4. He died in 4. Tommy Jarvis did the business on him. And then in part 5, Roy took over the mantle for one movie, which I thought was cool. He came back as a zombie in part 6, which is this Jason. Hopefully nothing falls apart, but I can't promise you. Which is this Jason, and he came back in part 6, which is really cool. And you see he's got the utility belt on, and this was the first time we saw zombie Jason, which was cool. He had on those yellow working gloves. I like this look a lot, and I am going to be looking for a 1/6 custom of this also at some point. Now, I did buy the Camp Crystal Lake accessory pack, as you can kind of see here, and this looks amazing. I would love to have another accessory pack. I'm going to buy one, and hopefully when NeCA drops that part 7 Jason, which is that one back there, I can have both of those guys on this rock chain setup, because this is at the end of part 6. He's just kind of floating, trapped with this rock at the bottom of the lake, and then that chain snaps at the beginning, at the beginning of part 7, and he comes up and he looks totally different in a totally different outfit. But this again is amazing. NeCA knocked out of the park. That head sculpt is disgusting. Look at that guy there. Holy smokes. Zombie Jason is cool. Any way you get him, I like him a lot. I think this is an amazing figure, and I like the way this is set up. So I think they did an amazing job here. Good job, NeCA. Accessory pack also. Good job. As I said, I'm moving some stuff off because I've got some more stuff to show you, because my Jason collection is pretty lit. I do like these little tombstones as well. So I've got Jason's tombstone, and I went out and I want to show you this now is the time to show you. I've got the final chapter. I've got this Jason like 4 different times, but I bought the ultimate version because I wanted to have Pamela's gravestone so that I could have both gravestones. So once I actually unbox this, we'll have both, and that's really awesome to have hers. But you'll see this Jason kind of sitting out on the desk already. I bought it before it was an ultimate, and it's kind of cool. That's just why I haven't opened this box up yet. So I've had this for some time. Really nice setup on the back. Part 4 was a very gruesome movie too. There's a lot of nasty kills in it. Not my favorite of the series, but a lot of people's favorite. Bought this little guy from Full Circle. This is Jason Goes to Hell, definitely. From the look of things, from the way the costume is. I like the way that neck and head looks. It's very gruesome. I think this is freaking awesome. And I just keep this on my computer desk. And it doesn't say in the bottom, but this says Equity Marketing Inc. I don't even know who makes this, but I bought it for like $5. I had to have it. It was Jason. It looks great, if I do say so myself. He doesn't have any accessories. What's up, El Spicy? And but yeah, it's pretty cool. Let's get into some big stuff. So one thing that you need to know about buying Jason related stuff is it is expensive. Any horror stuff is expensive, but Jason related stuff is like super expensive stuff. So you just kind of got to be mindful of that when you go in. And the prices, the sticker shock might scare you, but some of this stuff gets up there. This figure was not super expensive. I am waiting on the one's custom head sculpt for this, because the one downside to this Sideshow that came out, I think last year, is that this mask is not removable, which is a bit of a bummer. Otherwise, I like the fitment of the shirt. I like the nasty hands. I don't mind that he's not super dirty. In fact, I just think he looks good. He probably needs more padding here to make that shoulder pop up. So I am going to be doing some alterations here. I've just kind of had him on display, but I think he looks really good. I like this Jason. This is a part 3, and I like the stitching, so I think he's a cool looking figure, and I'm really happy with him. Boots look pretty good too, if I do say so. I do like that figure a lot. Sideshow did pretty good for me. Moving to some of my part 3s and part 4s. The big difference between NeCA's part 3 and part 4 are the pants. So this is a part 4, this is a part 3, and if you look, he kind of had like some blue looking pants, at least the toy did, in the part 3, and I've got him holding an axe with both. He's unmasked here, and NeCA just knocks it out of the park with that old nasty head sculpt. And he got chopped in the head here, but he's not chopped in the head and the eye like he is in the part 4. Ultimate at least. And then here is the part 4, which I think is more screen accurate, and it's got the double axe, which is really nice. I like this figure quite a bit. Look at those hands. Oh, disgusting. So I like both of these. I display both because I have a shelf with all of them. Just really, really a nice Jason. And let's look at this head for a second. Oh, see if I can get this guy off. And oof, that's hideous too, but a different type of hideous. Look at that. Hideous Brothers. Really cool. I really like it. And I do mix and match. Some of my Jasons I display with the mask on, some I display mask off. Just depends on how I'm feeling that day, and I do change those out from time to time. Another one of probably my most favorite memorabilia Jason pieces NeCA made, knocked out of the park with that accessory pack. This Camp Crystal Lake sign to me is everything. This is so awesome. And you can use it so many different ways. It moves, it just looks the part. This is so sweet. I'll bring it in close to show you guys. Established in 1935. This is sick. I really like this, and I think this is something that you should definitely have if you are a Jason Friday the 13th memorabilia collector. This is awesome. I just smile when I look at it. And that's why I collect this stuff, guys, is because I like to smile. Arguably, the most memorable scene in the whole series is when the chick is in the water and he walks up on this dock and he walks up to the edge. He aims that little harpoon gun. I know mine's a little bent, and he shoots her right through the eye. Wham! After she drops, I forget, Shelly's wallet in the water, and he just walks off smooth. That is just amazing. And that's why I wanted this dock. And this looks just like that scene. It's got the light posts. Oh my God. Just super sick, super amazing. You've already seen this, Jason. I just have one unmasked, one masked, because this is when he first put the mask on. And I thought it was important to show that off to you and to people that come into my collection room. This is a piece I got from Artifacts. It is 1/6 scale. The only issue that I have with it is that he leans too far forward when it's sitting flat. I don't know if you guys can see that. I wish he would have been more like this. So I may put something under here to prop that up. But I do like the detail in here. The pants, this is part 3 because you can tell by the pant color. But he's got a nice little wound there. He's got some nice boots going on. You can see that. Machete looks amazing. Look at that. Looks like real metal. Um, Everything's got a nice cut, so he's been in some war. The neck looks accurate. The mask looks really good there as well. Just really nice. Look at that neck. Oh, just really nice. This is an awesome figure, and the way the back setup is. So I had to buy this too. I held off as long as I could, then I just had to buy it. But I think this Artifacts figure is super nice. I'm looking up under the bottom here. Friday the 13th. I think this is Kotobukiya Artifacts or something like that. But it's nice. I love this figure a lot. And it's starting to creep up in price a little bit. So, and Freddy Krueger's version is coming out this year. So definitely be on the lookout for that. Another piece I picked up at Full Circle, just a loose piece. This is old Mezco. And this is a 12-inch figure. And he's just got the axe. This is a part 7. And he is all jacked up. I mean, you can see there the mask. Maybe it comes off. Yeah. Oh my God. That's scary. Happy Friday the 13th. Look at them teeth. Jeez. This is so sick. I bought it out of the case. This guy, I recommend if you're a Jason fan to try and pick this one up if you can get a hold of it anywhere. It's gonna be pricey, guys and girls, but it's I think it's a good piece to have. But man, does he look good, and it's busted on the side where the freaking mouth comes out. It's very hollow and light, but it looks good. And this mixed media, so you got some cloth up here. So it's real nice. You see the rib cage under there, just old nasty thing. And this is like I said, part 7. Really nice Jason on the back. You can see the spine and everything. I like this a lot, and that's why I display it. I've seen it in the box a few times. Box has been okay, but not great. A lot of people kill me for this, but this is my San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, glow in the dark. And I have him out of the package because YOLO. And I have him out on purpose because I did a custom commission and a guy made a 1/6 version of this, the only one that I know to exist. And I just think it looks awesome. We'll get to that in a second. But this figure looks super cool. He's got the nice face. The mask does come off. Boom. He's nice and purple. Let me make sure y'all can see him. There you go, Jason. So yeah, I like this a lot. I think it's a great figure. All his weapons glow in the dark also. So if you ever played the NES game, I actually didn't play it until I knew about it. And so I just think this is a really cool figure. Just something different, but it's cool to know that Jason was in the video game world a long time ago. This figure I got at a toy show in Atlanta. I think Joe Lanta, my wife and I picked it up. And I've got the, right behind him, that's the NeCA, a quarter scale version of it, about 18 to 21 inches. Look at the size of that machete both ways. NeCA killed it. And I do like the KKK mask a little bit better here. It looks less of KKK and more menacing than the old one did. Let me grab that just for comparison's sake. This looks like, this one looks Grand Wizard. This one looks more menacing. So I appreciate them trying to distinguish between the two. And I think they did a pretty good job on the new look as opposed to the older look. But yeah, they did, I think they did really good. The articulation is one of the only issues. So hopefully they re-release this with bendable knees and things of that nature, because they just recently, this came in the mail. And if you're not following me on Instagram, please do so. This one just came out, and this is the part 2 re-release. Still rocking that Grand Wizard, but that's okay because he got some cool stuff in here. We got Mom's head again. We got a campfire, really sweet weapons. So really excited about this one because we got some bendy knees and stuff that we don't have on the other. So yay, we got another Jason. So I'm probably not going to display both of these, but I'll display this one because it's the better of the two. All right, down to the big stuff. So let's go this guy. My wife bought me this, I think, for my birthday. And this is not Kane Hodder. This is whoever that other guy was who they had play Jason for the Freddy versus Jason. And this is a Sideshow piece. And it's huge, but I think it looks good. I don't know about the hair, but he is zombified, but it looks good otherwise. And I don't know about the jacket. I don't know about the look of this Jason, but I got it because I wanted to have another Jason in the collection. And I did want a Freddy versus Jason. So yeah, this is really cool. We got it for a good price. I think we paid $100 for it. So I wasn't too mad about having this one as well. Let's see what else we got here. Mask does not come off of that one. Let's get into my customs, because yeah, they get crazy. Let's go ahead and get this big one out of the way, then we can get closer. This guy's heavy. So this is my big custom here. Oh, not big custom, my big NeCA. I will never get rid of this thing. This Jason is sick. He looks lean, mean. He comes with multiple head sculpts. The mask does pop off, just in case you were wondering. He's got like some funky hair if you look up there. This jacket is nice, soft plastic. It's really nice. And he looks like a hunter. He's got a nice little leg strap thing here. And it's just sick. And look at that machete. Gee whiz. Derek Mears as Jason in this one. Super awesome. I keep this one in my office with my 18-inch Michael Myers. Love this. This is awesome. I definitely recommend picking this up if you guys haven't. I've also got the part 3 quarter scale that is coming, hopefully Halloween time. I've got that on pre-order as well, so he'll be standing beside him, so I'll have all of my big Jasons together. So that's kind of cool. Ugh. All right, let me move in a bit so we can get into the customs. All right, hold on. I've been down so y'all can see them. There we go. Let me come up a little bit. All right, so My last three are my three favorites. Um, this piece right here, I absolutely love. I bought this from a guy, and it was kind of together, but I ended up doing the rest because Roy is one of my favorite. He's rocking the Mike Myers jumpsuit, which is cool in and of itself. All the rest of the Jasons are in a two-piece, top and bottom. He's rocking the jumpsuit, but I do like this figure because I like the way that this head sculpt turned out. I bought it from another collector, and I did some touch up on it to make it look right, but I think that's how Rush should look. Looks absolutely amazing. The machete looks really good. Got some blood gain going on there. This jumpsuit could be a little darker in my opinion, but overall this looks really good, and the boots look really combat amazing. The hands are got some blood stuff going on with them. So this is a nice figure, and this body build is perfect. I did swap the body from the original body that I had when I got it because I wanted to look a certain way. But man, does this look good. I also repinned this mask and put the little dots on it after I did some references to photos and stuff. And so it looks different. And of course, you've got the blue chevrons there. And so this is a nice stretchy mask so I don't mess up the paint. And when you put it on, it just looks freaking awesome. So yeah, I love the way Roy looks. He just looks great. Great looking body sculpt, everything about this figure, A1. And I'm partial because I love him to death. Here's probably my most expensive Jason. I don't know what this thing would cost. Probably at least 2 grand if I were to sell it. But it's fully articulated, fully painted, fully posable, and even the eyes are painted. Look at how beautiful that is, you guys. And it's the video game NES version. Everything dyed to perfection, painted to perfection. Super nice. Real metal machete. You pick up on that. Just super duper nice. It does not glow in the dark, but it is painted. And be real careful. I probably should be wearing gloves handling this guy because this is a big boy, big boy toy. But man, does it look good. And I'm really happy with how this turned out. The mask and everything. Beautiful. Got a nice wooden base, custom base here. You see it there. Just super nice. That one, that's the one people ask about the most because a lot of people aren't familiar with the NES game. And so when they come over, they get a chance to see this one and they're like, oh man, that is sick, dude. And I'm like, you don't got to tell me. Last but not least, my latest custom that I've worked on, and a lot of things happened to make this guy come together. So I wanted him to have a sticky look, and I wanted a one's customs head sculpt and some other stuff. So I used the original head, and this started out as an original Sideshow New Blood Jason Part 7, and I've added a new machete. I've weathered the clothes more. I've went in and added some bone detail, and I think it turned out amazing. Added some chain around his neck, and I just think he looks gorgeous. We're gonna go ahead and remove that mask and see that one's custom head sculpt, and it looks amazing. He is super sticky, like literally. Put that back in. Show you up close. Look at that guy there. One's Custom does amazing work, but you can see all the bones, the knee joints, the tearing. This outfit is stuck to him. You can see, oh, we lost a link there. I put that back. You can see in the back, kind of some of his back rib cage, the neck that sliced to the head, how deep it was from the eye when he slid down in part 4. I just think this looks great. If I could get a full figure from One's Custom, I would have it too. But I'm also really happy with my figure. And I also found a use for the extra mask that One's includes with the original head that came on the old school Sideshow. I think that looks just disgusting and really gnarly when she uses the little telekinesis power and splits the head up, splits the mask, the hockey mask, and he gets all crunk. This is from that, and it's awesome. I can't remember where I got that machete from. It came from another one of my figures, but it worked well with him. He used a lot of awesome stuff to kill in that movie, and I just like how I've got him holding the chain, and then how he's also got chain here. I think that turned out really well. I think that one did an excellent job on this hockey mask. I just like the way this figure turned out. He's just sick. So yeah, you guys, that is almost all of my Jason stuff. I mean, if you look behind you there, I do have the Sideshow exclusive premium format, part 3. And then I've got the old school premium format back there, which is my favorite premium format of all of them. And those are huge. Those are quarter scale and beyond. And then you can see my poster back there. That's the, I forget who made. I think McFarlane made those movie posters, but it's a poster. And let's go look at that, because I do want you to see that. Because sorry about getting my fingers in the way. That to me is an important part of it. So let's get over here and open this up. So once we get in here, you can see my Jason here, and I love this one. The mask doesn't come off on that one, unfortunately, but it's beautiful. It's a beautiful piece. He's nice, bulky, menacing, holding that axe, and it's got real clothing on, nice weathering on the pants, wood floor. He's busting something out. But this is a really underrated piece. This is the original Friday the 13th poster, but it's in that 3D stuff, so it's like mixed media. So you see I can touch in there, and the words are popping out, and you can see the campers back there, and you can see like half of a knife jumping out with blood dripping. And this is freaking crazy. Oh yeah, I am. And this is some really cool stuff. They were warned, they are doomed, and on Friday the 13th, nothing will save them. What a great little poster. That's just awesome. And then down here you have the more recent review or release, excuse me, from Sideshow Premium Format. And he's got a similar base toe Leatherface over there. But you've got the hockey mask head part 3. But I like having this head because it looks really crazy. Even though he looks like Sloth from Goonies. But, you know, it's cool. I like this look. He's got a little bendy wire in his shirt right here so you can pop it out. It's got some blood going on, big stump. Just really two amazing figures that I think go really well together. And I really, like them. If I can get my lights to stay up. Sorry, guys. Gotta do maintenance. This is reality. So yeah. Anyway, that's pretty much everything on the Jason front. There's a couple of other things that I didn't show you that I will show you now. And excuse the mess in my room, because I want to try not to break anything. But this is live. That's why you do a live video. So I picked this guy up, and this is a Jason Goes to Hell. He will join the rest of them at some point. This one's from McFarlane. Hopefully NeCA again makes a ultimate of all the Jasons, because they still got some to go. I picked this guy up also, which is the Mezco Cinema of Fear Part 3, which is just a different variant, which is kind of cool. He's got the axe and the machete, and it looks like he's got two different heads. One head without the axe mark, so I'm going to go with the one that's on it because I've got so many others with the axe. That's really sweet. And then we've got this amazing box set of Freddy and Jason from Freddy versus Jason that I've not opened, and I've got here. Probably never will open, but it's nice to have that because I'm a big fan, again, of my Jason stuff. So there's a couple other little Jason things, related things. I've got a couple different pops. I've got a door up there in the corner, if you can make it out. And then I've got another Jason, regular Jason, hiding back there in the back. I will be doing some other horror related stuff very soon, as I'm primarily a horror collector and sci-fi collector. That's just what I'm into. But I just wanted to share my Jason Friday the 13th with you guys. Favorite movie again is part 5. Let me know in the comment section what your favorite movie is, because I'm sure you guys have a favorite. And let me know the first one you saw in cinema, because Jason is just one of those characters that really stuck with us in pop culture. After part 5, my favorite is probably part 7. I do like Jason Takes Manhattan. just because it's kind of goofy. But I like all of them in their own way, and I appreciate them all. But if there was one I had to watch over and over again, it'd be Part Five. And you can't sleep on again Part One, because that was the one that kind of created it all. Pamela Voorhees knocked out the park. She was a great actor in it, and it was so interesting that parts one through pretty much part four are the same damn movie, and they all are unique also in their own way. So I'm gonna go watch some Friday the 13th, guys, while I still got a little bit of time left. You guys enjoy this awesome day as well. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.